our approach is to work with clients across the entire space to find opportunities that are really interesting companies that can fit into our contracting requirements, where we're going to be able to go out and structure the debt that we require in order to go out and build infrastructure at this scale. And
how does all that debt work? That is something that you guys specialize in. Corporate debt. I'm in the venture business. People are like, why should I be in venture when corporate debt pays so well? Corporate paper is so huge. I'm curious how this fits in and like what interest rate people are paying on, $1 billion in infrastructure. What do they pay on that?
Yeah, so CoreWeave has really been the innovator around a lot of the financing engines that have come to bear on this. We did the first GPU-based loans, and like I think it's important, or I'm going to try to explain this in a way people can understand. So what we do is we go out and we find a client. Let's use Microsoft. You brought them up before, right? And Microsoft comes to us and says, we'd like to buy some compute for you. And we say, okay, great. We're going to sign a contract. Once I have a contract in hand, then what I do is I create something. It's not a particularly creative name. It's called the box, right? And what I do with the box is I take my contract with Microsoft and I put it in the box. I go to Jensen and I buy the GPUs. I put it in the box. I take my data center contract. I put it in the box. And now the box governs cash flow. And it has a waterfall of cash flow that comes into it and goes out of it. And so the way it works is then I build the compute and then I deliver the compute to Microsoft and they pay the box. They don't pay me.
Right.
It goes into the box. And the first thing it does is it pays the data center. It pays the power bill. It pays the interest and the principal. And then whatever's left flows back to us, right? And so it is an incredibly well-structured, time-tested, pressure-tested vehicle to be able to borrow money against client paper and all of the other collateral around the deal, which is why CoreWeave, which is a company that many people haven't ever heard of, was able to go out and raise $35 billion in 18 months to build infrastructure at scale. But what's important to understand is the economics